Hello, I'm a stake indexing director, and today I want to show you how to index the U.S.-Iowa Armed Forces Grave Registrations project in FamilySearch Indexing. This project consists mainly of forms like this, but there are many different kinds of forms. There's no standard format, so you really need to look all over for the information that we're indexing. Now, the first thing I want to show you is, for some reason, I'm coming across a lot of duplicates in this project. And a duplicate is when the two images, the two forms, are exactly the same. So it was a picture taken of two of the same form. So let's see if we can find an example of that as I click through. Okay, image 2. Make it a little smaller just so we can see the whole form, because we want to make sure there's no overlay or something that makes a difference between the images. So this is image 2 and this is image 3. And you may not be able to see it there on the screen. You probably have fairly low resolution in this video. But as I look at these two, I can see that they are precisely the same form, which have simply been photographed in two slightly different positions. But it's the same form. So I'm going to mark the second one as the duplicate image. And it's going to ask me if I want to do that. So I say yes. Now I want to show you something else, though. The last two in this batch, and again, you probably can't see all the detail, but I'll tell you what the case is. So this is a form for David J. Evans, and there's some information down here. For example, it says entered service date August 26, 1861. And that's important because as we look at the next image, okay, this looks completely different, but as you start indexing, you'll see David J. Evans, and it says induction to Armed Forces date August 26, 1861. So these two are for the same person. Okay, these two forms are for the same person. Now, you would not mark these as duplicates, okay, because even though they're for the same person with the same information on both forms, they are not the same image, which has been photographed twice. Okay, so a duplicate, so I'm going to mark this as normal. Both of these are normal, and they will both get indexed. A duplicate is really only when it's the same form which has been photographed twice, as in image 2 and image 3. Okay, let's go on and look at how to actually index this project. I'll just do the first image here. So first we have the record number, and you'll see here at the top it says record number, and then there's nothing written. So I'm not going to fill that in, we just leave that empty. Surname, now we go to the name of the deceased. Make sure you're entering the names in the correct order. Sometimes it'll be last name first and sometimes first name first, so you need to really check on each form what you're doing here. So in this one, the surname is Evans. Given names is Darrell L. And don't forget that middle initial. It's way over here on the right, but it's part of the given names. Titles or terms, there's no title or term here. Death, age, okay, that's here on this form. Age, nearest birthday, it says 48. Social Security number, and again, you're going to have to scroll through the whole form and look around to see if you can find it. On this particular form, there is no Social Security number, and notice that it is not the same as the serial number in the Armed Forces. I mean, you can tell because the number of digits is not correct, but sometimes there will be the right number of digits in this Armed Forces serial number, but that is still not the Social Security number. So in this case, we're going to leave that blank. Next, we have the death, town, or city. Here we have place of death. It says Mason City. Death county, there is no county given, and I do not look up the county. So I blank that. Death state is Iowa. Next, we have the death month. That's here, date of death, August 14th, 1977. The birth month, again, you have to look around quite a bit. It's down here in the bottom section now. Birth of deceased date is May 8, 1929. Place is Joyce with an I, Joyce, no county, and Iowa. Now notice that the system does not like that spelling, and we are going to check, because the field help tells us if the town or city was misspelled, spell it correctly. So we can check what the actual spelling is of this place name. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And we see here when I enter into Google that there is a city called Joyce with an I. So that's fine. I'm going to leave that alone. Okay, Joyce, Iowa. Now we have the name of the father. Here, that's up here. Father of deceased, Harvey Evans, no title here. Mother of deceased, Viola Zobel Evans. And while it is likely that Zobel was probably her maiden name, we don't know that for sure, and so we must index that as part of her given name. Okay, no title or term here. Spouse, okay, here we have wife or husband, Mildred Ivonovich, and again, we don't know whether Ivonovich is a maiden name or not, so we cannot index it as a maiden name. Evans, no titles or terms. And notice there are more relatives listed. There's sons here, daughter, brother, and sisters, but those do not get indexed. Okay, we only are indexing father, mother, and spouse. And that's it for this image. Then I would go on to the next one. So as you can see, they're all completely different formats, as I said before, so you're really going to need to take a little bit of time with this project and make sure you're finding every little bit of information that is requested. Okay, that's it. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you have fun with it.